we first got to school, they sat us down in a meeting. They said, look left, look right. Most of these people won't be here, or they won't graduate from here by the time you leave. To be quite frank with you, it was very clear and evident by year 2 that was more true than anything else they ever told us.
We had a lot of guys when I was in high school that played football for the wrong reasons. Look yourself in the mirror every day, and if you truly love this game, do whatever it takes to get to the next level.
I mean, you're a wise man. Are you the fastest defensive tackle in college football, would you say?
Yes.
My last 40, I ran a 5.37, dog. God! And you know what?
You should ask Hawk where he finds, like, where he ranks himself in terms of his family.
Without context, that sounds wild. But as D'Von knows, my whole family played in the NFL. And D'Von, this is your 3rd senior day? Father did senior day 100 times.
Yeah, no, one of them was with you, right?
I never. Coach Franklin used to always tell us, he'd be like, stop watching Aaron Donald film. Y'all cannot do that. Why are you tapping?
Why did he say us?
You just was telling me that? That's not you, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of The Lions Den. I'm Aeneas Hawkins. That is my humble co-host, D'Von J-Thomas, and he's gonna bring in our guest of the day.
We are here with late Nona native, Florida's favorite son, Zane Durant, number 28.
Number 28, Zane.
What's good with y'all?
How you living, bro?
Man, I'm smooth, healthy.
Good, man. It's exciting to have you on. You're having an incredible year, Zane.
Oh my goodness.
You're hooping out of control right now, so let's start right there. How are you feeling with the season so far?
I'm feeling good. I mean, we still got more to do. There's more left on the table, so we focus on that right now.
Yeah. And so, I mean, you talk about how incredible of a year he's having, which is you are having an incredible year. So what has been the difference for you from last year to this year that made such a difference?
I'll say probably just being more critical on myself, not making excuses for things that don't go right. Really being honest with myself and just fixing the problems from there.
Yeah.
That's a sign of maturity to me. That's not something I hear a lot of young players talk about. I mean, I guess you're not all that young anymore in terms of college years, but that does take maturity. So I guess my question is, at what point did you realize to get to where you want to go as a player, it's going to take more self-accountability?
I'll probably say this summer, going to this fall camp, Vaughn, though, I took this journey with myself, just being more critical on myself. You know what I'm saying? Meet with coaches after practice, being more critical, trying to find ways, any little thing to be better at this season.
Yeah. Well, it's clearly shown.
Translated.
Translated. I can't cut the film on it 2 ways not doing something. I mean, you clearly as a defensive tackle have a lot of strengths. I know you're a guy who talks about technique. I asked you, I'm like, I forget what game it was, but I had asked you what was different about it, X, Y, Z, and you responded and you told me as long as I handle my business, then it doesn't matter who we're playing. What does handling your business look like as a 3 technique, as a defensive tackle?
Well, it start with the get off first thing first. Your first step, that's everything. And then once you get your feet in the ground, hand placement on the guard or whatever the play is, whatever your technique is, do that as fast as possible, as violent as possible, and then everything else will take care of itself.
Vaughn, let me ask you, you play with him. Y'all play together. Y'all have been tremendous together all year long, really. What's that been like, Vaughn?
Honestly, it's been great to see. I mean, he's come from such a long way from his freshman year being here. Like, I remember being at your last bowl game, matter of fact, and he pulled up to practice in his white beater, shorts, and his slides, and I'm like, okay, we got something here. Meanwhile, he breathing on cool. It's 99 degrees and humid as I don't know what.
Yeah, it was.
But he's come such a long way in terms of like your play, how violent you playing, the like your quickness moving. I mean, this year alone, like in terms of his movement, I think he's had the best feet, hands, and hips that we've seen in the last couple of years in terms of his application of it. You know, we've seen a lot of talented guys come through here, and I think you're utilizing those gifts well, and you're doing it often. You know what I mean? And that's like a mark of a great D tackle. And then we're just playing off each other. You know what I mean? Like your movement is incredible. I'll stuff gaps. You get to where you're going. But that's how our defense works. You know what I mean? When I'm not making plays, you making plays. When you're not making plays, I'm making plays. And that's how our defense should work. And I think it's working like that on all 3 levels. And you know, with Zane and his development, how well he's doing, you know, it's setting a new standard for the room. So now everybody's just constantly trying to get better in those little things. At least from what I see, everybody who really cares, they're really investing a lot more just by seeing him and how he's playing.
Yeah. And Zane, let me ask you this, because I think, Von, you bring up a couple really good points, but you two playing off of each other, again, it's no secret what your guys' defensive ends are like, but I will say on the outside looking in, as somebody who played D-tackle, I know a part of the reason Abdul Carter, a part of the reason Deni Dennis Sutton and company are balling the way they are is because of the way you guys are rushing on the inside. And it's not easy to rush from the inside, and we haven't had this dynamic of a D-tackle duo at Penn State really probably since Kevin Givens and Rob Windsor. It's been a long time since they've had two D-tackles play this well. So I want to ask you about a guy, Deion Barnes, who I played for and have seen kind of develop as a coach. What has that relationship been like, and where has he pushed you as a football coach?
Yeah, our relationship has grown tremendously since he became the head D-line coach. You know, when he first came in, he was still young, but he was still pushing as hard as he can. But now I think we kind of understand each other a little bit better now. So he know how to come to me, and I know how to come to him and take everything else out of it so he can reach his full potential when he come to coaching me.
Yep. Yeah. Let's get away from football real quick. Just real quick. You're from Florida. And
Yes,
you're
sir.
in the middle of Pennsylvania, and we're getting to December.
Yeah.
How are you feeling with this cold weather approaching?
You know, it's painful, man. It's something that you just gotta endure. Vaughn know he don't like it. He from up north. This ain't my forte, but I just gotta make it shake.
Does it get any better year after year, or
No.
is it the same regardless?
No. Yeah, ain't nothing changed. They
Are you
say-
preparing differently though in terms of winter clothing and those things?
Almost definitely, yeah. My freshman year, I came in Ugg boots, thinking I was gonna be able to walk on snow, and I was slipping on black ice. So now I'm more equipped with Timbs and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
That brick
This
road
will
up
make it
there.
better.
That
Yeah.
brick road in State College up here, man.
And the
that thing-
Aspen got this big old hill.
Oh.
Oh my goodness! Don't let it be a winter workout morning.
Yeah.
You slipping and sliding
Oh,
down that hill.
That's a bad feeling, man. That's a bad feeling. I will say, I'm surprised, Zane. I've told the story 100 times about how I had you on the official. You ultimately came to Penn State, so I got the chance to know you then. But I don't know if I've shared the fact that I'm surprised after that official visit, you were like, yeah, Penn State's the place for me. Because if you remember, Zane pulled up. We kicked it. We had a good time. We were all just chilling, watching
just
film.
chilling, man, yeah.
Didn't do nothing crazy. But then around 10:30, this is my last year playing football.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about nothing else. Once 10:30 hits, I'm going up to the room and I'm asleep. And that was the last time I had seen you, but you still came.
Yeah.
And that surprised me. Did you take it any type of way when I left you at 10:30?
Nah,
Or went to bed?
I'm not a guy that likes guys that do extra stuff for recruits.
Which is
so-
probably why they matched us up.
Yeah, because you didn't do nothing that was out of the ordinary. You know what I'm saying? Your regular lifestyle. I don't want me coming up here to change anything that what you would do on a regular weekend. You know
That's
what I'm
actually a fair point. And that's good wisdom for
Yeah.
recruits back home. Like if a guy is doing way more than what he
I'm
would
not gonna
normally
lie.
do.
Be realistic. Like, be realistic. Like, you're gonna come up here in the middle of the season and ask Bull to go out from 9 o'clock until 2, 3 a.m. messing around with you. They got practice, meetings,
They got work to
film,
do, bro.
workouts all the next day. I mean, honestly, like, I understand y'all want to have fun. Come in the off season when it's a little bit more,
little more
like,
wiggle
when there's
room.
more going on and we got a little bit more time. You feel me?
But even then, it's still bad. Summertime, you got summer workout, you got online classes, you got recovery, you got extra film to get ready for the season, and then you go to the dinner with the recruits. You tired, you get to mingle with the family a little bit. Okay, you go home. Now you're supposed to take them out, but you tired. You never got your recovery from the workout in the school and the classes. So you get to do your thing. I didn't want anybody to do no flashy things. I just want to kick it, see the players talking about, and give me their real opinion of the school.
Yeah. Let's I'll take you out to eat or something, bro.
Yeah,
We can go get something
I don't
to
even
eat.
need to go out to eat. Let's just go to the crib. Talk to break bread. What y'all like to do?
I can
Real
remember
talk.
that
real talk.
night was literally me, you, Nick Dawkins,
Dope. I think Big Lynn was there.
Landon was there. I think Drew Aller was there, and we literally sat on the couch and watched high school highlights for like 4 hours. Like we ain't do nothing after that. We were just watching ball, man.
But that's a normal night. That's like a regular night. Like you just watching ball.
You know what I'm saying?
That's regular. So let me ask you this, Zane. I mean, I'll ask you too, D'Von, but we're going into the last game of the regular season. I know all year it's been 1-0, 1-0, and you haven't even really focused on the playoffs. But with senior day approaching, with really one more task before that playoff run eventually happens, what is the mindset of this defense going into Maryland trying to close this year out? How important is it to set the right precedent leading into the playoffs of how you guys want to play as a unit?
For me, this is probably my most motivated game because all your brothers, all the older guys that poured so much into you and invested into you when you was younger, this their last go round, and this is like their Thanksgiving morning. Their whole family they're watching, so you want to put on the show for them and make them go out the right way.
Yeah. And D'Von, this is your third senior day? Father did senior day 100 times.
Yeah, look. One of them was with you, right?
I never.
Yeah. So
How do you feel about it?
I'm just grateful though. Like I've been here for a real long time, seen a lot of good people, met a lot of good people, and like done a lot of things that, you know, some will never say like they've ever been able to see. You know what I mean? Playing in front of 100,000, meeting some of the most interesting people in the world, meeting some of the most interesting guys in the world, in such an unsuspecting place. You know what I mean? Like, who would have thought in the middle of Pennsylvania you would have found your brothers for life? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, somebody would have told you that while you was in Ohio and you was in Florida, they probably would have looked at you crazy. But something about that Penn State it just brought us together. Made us like a brotherhood for real. So like I'm just grateful for it all, to be honest with you. Taking it one step at a time.
Yeah.
You know, that's all you really can do in moments like this.
Yeah. We all watched the Minnesota game. It was intense. It was competitive. I think on the outside you could tell that Minnesota in that environment was going to be tough to go win in. We lost in 2019 to a team very similar to them. But I always say great teams find a way.
Yep.
And you guys found a way to win when it mattered most. So I want to ask you, you had a great day. Plenty of TFLs, flying all over the field. What did it take to finally get that job done and beat that team?
It just took trusting my brothers and doing my assignment to the best of my ability. That's all I did. I don't take any ownership of it. You know what I'm saying? It's all the defense's job. So just play ball, do your assignment.
And so, you know, we were down, I believe, going into halftime.
Yep.
Or whatever the situation was. We were down going in, and we went into the locker room. What do you think was the message that helped propel us to play the way we did in that second half?
Just dominate. You know, we was in the Coach Allen reiterated dominance as a defense, violence, and flying to the ball. So I think that's all we needed to do. We need to calm down a little bit after the first half and just do what we know what to do.
Yeah.
Again, great teams bend, they don't break. And it seems like when you guys are matched with adversity, this isn't the first time. USC was a close game. West Virginia, you sat in the locker room for 3 hours, it felt like.
That was crazy.
And you guys find a way to come out of those moments better. There's a viral clip on Twitter right now of Drew Aller and Coach Franklin having a conversation. The emotions of the game are running high. Drew screams. They have another conversation. Then Drew is nearly perfect for the entirety of the game. So I want to ask you, being on the other side of the ball, both of you, when you have a quarterback like that who's able to keep his composure and you know that he's going to take control of that game at some point, how much confidence does that give the defense?
That gives us all the confidence in the world. We know we go against him every day, so we know how it is. We give him the worst fits that he has, the worst looks, the best looks. We give him the toughest challenges in practice, so we know how he handled us in practice.
Yep.
We know how he going to reiterate it in the game.
And I mean, to be quite frank with you, we saw that poise, like, even when he first got here. You know what I mean? You don't want a frantic quarterback, and in those situations especially. You know, we're down some. You know, things aren't looking too hot on offense the last couple series, and it takes a lot of mental fortitude and just strength of the mind to continuously keep going at it, keep digging at it until you finally broke, and then we started scoring, and things just started going our way once we had that mentality from one of our offensive leaders. You know what I mean? Like Drew showed that even when he was young. If you go back and watch anything I've ever said about Drew, it's about his poise in the pocket. Even when he was playing under Cliff, you know, he came in some of those games and he was just so calm, cool, and collected.
It was noticeable immediately.
Yeah, noticeable immediately. You know, so that was a real good sign, and I think he's done a tremendous job of leading that offense this year.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about another situation. Obviously, we all saw the fake punt where they converted. Luke Reynolds gets the ball. All kinds of good blocking up front. Dom Ruley does his job. I'm trying to think who else. Somebody body slammed somebody. Dakari Nelson slammed Buddy 10 yards off the ball. Incredible. But what people don't remember, and D'Von, you may remember this, we had that exact same fake punt call in, and we gave the ball to PJ Mustapher on the front.
Oh my goodness.
To go convert that. And PJ to this day,
he swears
that he converted it. No. That boy got lit up in the A-gap, and they got the ball back. That was the last time.
He dipped his head, and then he stood up, and it was over. He swears up and down.
It was not
the ball crossed the line. No, it didn't.
That ball never crossed the line. So I'm glad they gave it to a better athlete than PJ Mustapher, because that was a bad day.
That was a good call by Dom Ruley, though. Dom Ruley made that call.
It was. And people don't know on that shield, like, the way you prepare for that as the PP, like, you got to count numbers. You got to make sure it's the right look. And you got to do it before that clock goes off and get the call echo. So Dom Ruley's a smart guy. It doesn't surprise me he's doing that.
It was perfectly executed by everyone.
How long have you guys been practicing that play? Has it been in all season, or was it something that you saw on tape that indicated, like, oh, this might be there?
Yeah. I used to be on special teams. It was in when I was on special teams.
Right.
So, yeah, it's been in the vault for a little minute.
Yeah, been there. And that's cool, man. Again, special teams, man, they matter when they matter. And that was a moment where it mattered. And Coach Franklin.
They executed.
They executed it. That's the thing, too. And I want to take this moment as the non-player anymore and say Coach Franklin catches a lot of heat for how he handles different situations. And the same way that you guys give him heat in those moments, you should give him credit there because that's a ballsy play call. It worked. They were prepared for it, and it won the game. Yeah. So Coach Franklin deserves his flowers for that call. Dom really deserves his flowers for being prepared.
Shout out to the young bull, Luke Reynolds.
Reynolds.
Like I said, it takes a lot for a young guy to be in a high-pressure situation like that and make it that big of a play.
And surprise, surprise, let's say this too. Coach Franklin does not give that ball to a freshman that he does not trust.
Exactly.
He knows something about Luke Reynolds that we're going to find out in the future. That boy can play ball. And there's a reason he got the rock right there.
For sure.
For sure.
So shout out Luke Reynolds as well. Zane, I want to ask you, again, coming from Florida, it's an entirely different environment. You're up here at Penn State. I've had the privilege of meeting your mother, your father, your sisters. I want you to tell us about the impact that your family had in helping you get to a place like Penn State and how maybe there's some motivation there with your family.
Yeah, the impact on my family, they really didn't have too much of an impact. You know, my mom and my sisters wanted me to go to Miami. So
okay, they wanted you at the U.
Yeah, it was a split house. My dad said, go with your gut, son. I feel like Penn State helped you stay focused, and he was right. I mean, it's not much to do up here but play football and focus on school.
It's a little different than Miami and State College.
Yeah, it's completely different. So my house was split up. My mom wanted me to go to Miami. My sister said, go to Miami. I ain't go to Miami. They was mad at me for 2 weeks. They didn't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? So it was a little family. It was like a little split in the family.
Okay, yeah.
But now your sisters... I'm sure they're glad about the decision now.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Paid off.
Yeah.
Now, your sisters were athletes, too?
Yeah. My older sister played women's basketball at FIU.
Okay.
And then my second older sister did track and field at UCF.
Okay, so that's cool. Family of athletes. So where would you rank yourself in terms of sibling athletes? Where are you at on that list right now?
It's easily first.
Easily first.
Yeah, it ain't even. It's not.
Not even a conversation.
Not at all.
I'm sure it will be when your family sees this episode, but you'll just have to let us know how that goes.
You should ask Hawk where he finds, like, where he ranks himself in terms of his family.
That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
No, I was just.
Without context, that sounds wild, right? It sounds wild, but as D'Von knows, my whole family played in the NFL.
Whole family.
The numbers are what they are. So what would D'Von rank in my family at this point? That's what we got to be asking. Where's D'Von at comparatively to me? So let's just keep that real. I do like the Charlie Brown bucket hat, though, or the beanie there. That's tough. That's solid. That's real good. I do like that.
Not everybody can have mohawks at 26. So, you know, I had to settle for the beanie.
Right. Well, as the 6'2" member of this show, I'm going to keep it moving. I do want to ask you, Zane. You talk about the standard. You talk about there are no shows. There are no shows. Don't do that. As again a leader on the defense, you've taken a big leap this year. You were a good player last year. I would say that you're a great player now, and it's consistent. And you've worked to get to that point. But I want to ask you from a leadership perspective, what has allowed you to take on that role on the defense? Again, next to a guy who's in his 6th year is also a leader on that defense. How much pride do you guys take in being the heart and soul of that unit?
I don't know. I think it's our passion for the game. You know what I'm saying? We don't try to force anything that's not there.
Yep.
We just love the game and we want to dominate and do what we do, fly around, have fun. That's my message that I preach to everybody. Have fun, you know what I'm saying? So dominating come with having fun. If you lose it, it's not fun.
No doubt.
Yeah. So let's win and let's dominate. Everybody dominate, we all win. You know what I'm saying?
And we're talking about guys who have had incredible years so far. I mean, you, Jay Reed, Zig stepped up. Yep. I mean, Nick Dawg stepped up. I mean, the list goes on about guys who have been doing their thing all season. Who do you think has had like the most progress in their game that you've seen so far this year?
My dog Abdul Carter, man. You know, we work together almost every day. He my hardest critic in the D-line. He give me notes. He tell me what I did wrong, but he always improving in a new position that he just moved to. He's continuously improving every week. He's learning something new, asking to learn something new. He's open ears, easy coachable. He's not always having back talk. I think he's grown tremendously.
It's easy to tell the last few weeks. Like, he was always a good DN, even when he initially started. Like, he's a tremendous athlete. It's Abdul Carter we're talking about. But the transition in the last few weeks, you can see flashes where it's like, oh no, this guy's going to be elite. Like this guy has real potential to be a big-time edge rusher in the NFL, similar to another guy that wore 11 that's doing it with the Dallas Cowboys.
And this is the thing too about Abdul. Like you would think that a guy that's so talented has done a tremendous job of transitioning from position to position and just becoming one of the most dominant edges in college football. You would think that a guy like that would see that and kind of relax, but it's every single day it's something new. You know what I mean? Like his foot is never off the gas, and and I think that's the thing that's gonna push him to that edge. Not necessarily his athletic ability, but his just constant need or want to get better every single day, whether it's something little or something big. Like I know he's always trying to improve, and I respect that tremendously.
For sure.
And I think that comes back to what we was talking about, the love of the game that the defense has.
Yeah.
Like I be talking to Abdul all the time. We just love to have fun and love the win. You know what I'm saying? When you love the game that much, you never get comfortable with just being where you at. You know what I'm saying? You always looking for another way to dominate, another way to grow and develop.
100%. I agree with that entire sentiment. You're a wise man. Zane. You know that. You're a wise man.
I'm not the wisest bunch, but I got a little something.
You got a little wisdom too. You ain't fooling me.
I got a little something there.
What's up?
I want to ask you straight up. It's well documented that you're a 4.6 guy in a 40-yard dash. You've done that before. Been there, done that. Are you the fastest defensive tackle in college football, would you say?
Yes.
It's you? Number one?
Easily.
Well, I wonder what the combine record is for a D tackle.
4.67.
4.67.
Yeah.
Are you? Am I going to see?
Yes.
Zane Durant's gonna be that guy.
Yes.
It's yours.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I like that.
I believe it.
I believe it too.
I truly believe it.
I got no doubt.
truly believe it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I thought it was gonna be between you and Keem. I was like, well, Keem, because you know Keem a freak too.
Yeah,
and they was like the two fastest
Going at it
dudes
every
like
day.
on the interior, like going at it every single day. I'm like, yo, one of them really will break the
Somebody's
record.
breaking it. Yeah.
Like, and just might be Zane. You know what I mean?
No,
and so that's. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
I need to see you. You got to get the rock, bro. You got to go strip sack. You got to pick. You got to strip. You got to rumble down the field. I'm trying to see it.
So look, when I first, before I got here, you know, Coach Sada, my dad, played ball, so we got a little family history.
Okay.
He said he's gonna give me the rock before I graduate or before I leave. Whenever that is, I don't know yet.
Okay.
But I need to touch the rock. I ain't touched the rock yet. So
Okay.
that was what he told me.
Coach Sider, you've been warned, brother. You've been warned. You're in that 2.8 too.
Yeah.
That Devin
It's
Ford.
eligible. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. A little fullback action. I can see it coming.
Oh my goodness, Wenger at fullback, him at halfback.
We're gonna get every 1 yard we need.
Yeah, every time y'all need 1 yard, y'all go get
every
it.
single one.
Yeah, I like that. Well, let me ask you this. So I've experienced Coach Franklin for 4 years, obviously, but the reality of it is we have not been in a situation like you guys are in this late in the season before. So I don't know what Coach Franklin's even like getting ready for potentially a Big Ten championship or potentially a college football playoff. I know he's a man who is very routine oriented. I know he's want to know, he's process driven. Are you able to see any excitement from staff members, from players that obviously something huge is coming potentially if you guys handle business next week, or is it focused directly on Maryland and just strictly getting ready for that?
Yeah, we strictly focus on Maryland. I don't see anything different. Everything that we do, you know, is routine oriented. So everything we do is already planned out before we even got there. So yeah.
Sidebar here, this is completely unrelated, but like when you get done playing football at Penn State, because you've been on such a strict schedule for 4 years, I'm talking about you know what every single Tuesday is going to be like. You know what happens on Thursdays. You know what time you're here, what time you're there. It's very regimented, like you're saying. When you get done playing football and you don't have somebody telling you to be somewhere 10 minutes early, do X, Y, Z, and you have to build your own schedule, it's like Chinese arithmetic for the first year, bro.
Oh, Lord.
It's like weird. I'm telling you, it's a weird experience. Because think about it. As long as you guys have been adults, where have you been? You've been right here in State College doing what you're told. It's not like that when you're
already
done.
scheduled out.
I'm just telling you, there's a bit of an adjustment there post-career.
Okay.
Little free game. That's all I'm saying.
For sure.
Now, to the fans back home, the Penn State fans who are also excited, what can they expect from this defense moving forward? I think, again, with the playoff environment potentially in Beaver Stadium, even with the environment for Senior Day, that crowd plays a big difference, especially for the defense that's on the field. So what can they expect from your unit as you guys continue down this stretch of the Penn State season?
They can expect everything from us. You know, the D-line, we're going to do everything we got, give them everything we got, and hunt the quarterback and hunt the running back, start that run game.
You know, and the D-line isn't recognized as one of the best defensive lines in the country, if not recognized as the best defensive line in the country.
Yeah.
And what would you tell fans about our defensive line that they don't know that makes us number one?
Oh, I'll say just how we know each other. You know what I'm saying? So most people don't know us in and out, but we know what we got to do, and we don't really care what other people rank us or any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I've never been the guy to care about stats. I know Von ain't never care about stats.
Right.
We not a guy that care about rankings.
Yeah.
We just going to go out there, do our thing, and then the rest will take care of itself.
Do what it takes to win.
No doubt about it. Zane, let me ask you this. Top 3 D tackles in the NFL you like to study film on?
Aaron Donald,
Yep.
Kenny Clark, Grady Jarrett.
Yeah. Coach Franklin used to always tell us, he'd be like, stop watching Aaron Donald film. Y'all cannot do that. You're running 4.6 too. Why are you tapping?
Why did he say us?
You just was telling me that? That's not you, huh? You're not AD.
I don't know if I get that. I don't know if I got that message
Lord.
on G.
Wow. So what was your 40 time when you ran?
At my best?
Yeah, when you was here.
Not downhill.
I was about 265 my senior year of high school, right before I got hurt, and I ran at 4.82.
So what about college? Did you break fives?
I broke 5s. I went 4.99. I went 4.99 in
Okay.
2019. That's a fact.
Okay.
Ask Chuck Losey that. But what I will say,
okay.
so last story here. So my last year playing football, I've got a stress fracture in my tibia. I don't know about it. It's hurting me. We're warming up on 40 day. I think it's after spring ball. You know how that goes.
Yeah, I'm already knowing.
We're warming up, and there are guys who don't want to run the 40. And Deej is like, nah, y'all are running the 40. Like, don't even try that.
Yeah.
So I'm warming up. All these guys are trying to get out of it. I'm really hurt for real.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing the A skips. I can't jump. I'm like, Deej, yo, like, come on. He's like, nah, you're going to run it, and you're going to shut up about it. So I get on that line. Cole Brevard go before me. Fatorma Mobile go before me. They go 5.2. I'm like, okay, I'm at least getting that.
Yeah.
My last 40, I ran a 5.37, dog. God. And you know what? That was the only 40
Holy
that they
smokes.
ever put up on the boards, like the rankings. And I remember seeing that. I remember seeing them put me on there in red 5.37 with a broken leg and being like, wow, they're really playing with me right now, bro.
Yeah,
I've
that's
never
crazy.
lost
That's
a race
crazy.
to Cole and Fatorma in my life.
Yeah, that's wild.
In my life, bro. But that
That is
actually is
crazy.
what prompted me to go get an x-ray.
Okay.
I'm like, this is going to have to stop now.
Yeah,
Because
for
now it's
sure.
getting disrespectful. up
Yeah, I'm
here.
already knowing.
So, yeah, I was a 5'3" guy at the end, bro. But I wear that with pride, bro. You know what I mean? I put my body on the line.
Yeah.
Body on the line. I'm still
mean, he
running
was
that for
like,
you.
he
So
was-
you proudful about that?
Nah, he was 330 though, so like it was the best he could do.
I was not 330, bro. Don't listen to nothing he's talking about. I would never know
Like
330.
310.
I was a smooth 310 my last year. But again, I had a broken tibia.
Nah. It's
see what I'm
cool. It's
saying?
cool. Like 5'9", 310.
The unit.
Yeah. Vertical threat.
I was vertical, though. I was vertical. Again, D'Von has all these jokes.
I just started with the only 6'2" person in here.
With D'Von. All these moves you see him working on now, the moves that he has developed where
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
winning dominantly.
Yeah, yeah.
Where do you think D'Von learned these from, Zane?
Oh.
He ain't just pulling them out of thin air. I'm sitting D'Von down. Come on over. Sit down, watch this film with me.
Okay.
Let me teach you about hands. Let me teach you the value of get off.
Yeah.
So, I take no credit, but it is what it is.
Oh, okay.
That's the reality of it.
Sound good, don't it?
Do you have any more questions for Zane?
Lake Lona is a great place, and I'm sure there's a lot of kids out there who are looking at you as one of those guys who has made it out and is making a way for himself. What advice do you have for those young kids, young D tackles out there in Lake Nona, or just anywhere that's trying to get to where you are now?
I'll just tell them to have a reality check with themselves and see what they really love. We had a lot of guys when I was in high school that played football for the wrong reasons, and they didn't really have a true love for the game, so that's why they didn't get to do the opportunities that I had.
Right. Yeah.
So I'll just say, look yourself in the mirror every day, and if you truly love this game, do whatever it takes to get to the next level.
Yeah.
No excuses.
That's great advice. I will also say, and tell me if y'all disagree, but if you don't really love it, like if you're a guy that likes football,
Oh, yeah, you're not gonna
you
be-
not finna last 4 years in no college program.
Not at
You
Penn
have
State.
No chance.
Specifically.
You better love it, or
You got to.
Yeah,
you got to.
And you can't manufacture that love. That love. The people who love it and really want to go ball out are gonna go do it.
Yep.
Real talk. And this is me, like, being completely honest. When we first got to school, they sat us down in a meeting. They said, look left, look right. Most of these people won't be here, or they won't graduate from here by the time you leave.
Yeah.
Yep.
And to be quite frank with you, it was very clear and evident by year 2
Yep.
that was more true than anything else they ever told us, like, coming in.
Yeah.
And so, like, you gotta, in order for you, especially when you get to like your 4th, 5th, 6th year, like especially in those years, like you see a lot of guys bow out because they don't really love it.
Yeah.
Like you have to truly love it. Like Hawk, I know he truly love it, just because there was so much that he was going through, or there's so much that other kids are going through, and they're still showing up to the building every day, like still going to meetings, still going to practices, no matter what. Like a lot of it is some political things too, and a lot of people can't handle that, but they still show up just because they love the game. And that's so important if you want to be successful, especially when you talk about going to the league and doing that for what you love for however many years. Like you truly gotta love the game, because there's gonna be so much that's coming at you, like however long you play. And so that's a number one. That's real.
That's a good word. And I would just say this too, like if you're a kid who's watching this, again, it doesn't even matter who believes in you or who doesn't. Like there are gonna be so many times during your career where you're not gonna have people telling you about how good you are as a player. Maybe maybe you're hurt, maybe you're not playing well, maybe you're not ready. And again, it's just as important as it is for you to love it, you better have that belief in yourself that you can go accomplish those things. And you look at the great athletes over the course of history, that's something that unanimously they all have. From Kobe to John Jones to whoever you want to list out, they all had that belief inside of them before they made it that they were going to. You know what I mean? So if you're a young person watching this, who cares if they believe in you? Who cares if your high school coach likes you or not? Go make it happen yourself with time and with effort. That's the way to do it.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Zane, if you had one final message for the viewers back home about Zane Durant, something they don't know about you. I play piano. D'Von is a high-level chess player.
Okay.
What do you do that Penn State fans don't know about you?
Zane Durant eats a lot of food. Zane likes to fish.
Okay.
Yeah. And,
country boy.
Yeah, I'm a country boy, Plant City, Florida. Zane likes sweets. Pecans, in particular, anything pecan related, I like a lot. I love football. I love my family, and I love the guys that go to war with me.
There it is.
One hobby you do daily.
A hobby I do daily. Football. I mean, we do that all day. Outside of football?
Yeah, outside of football. Just something fun.
Something fun that Zane does outside of football daily. Well, I'd probably say eating. That's really it.
Yeah.
I enjoy eating.
It's crazy, man. When you're playing college football,
you really don't get time.
You don't get a lot of time, but it's the little things that you take as wins, like the meals that you eat post-practice or something like that. That's like something that you can control.
Texas Roadhouse with
Little
the guys.
What?
Oh, no, I'll take that back.
Okay.
Golfing in springtime and in the off-season.
Golfing, that's
Me and
huge.
we went out there.
You go to the range.
I got into golfing this, maybe 2 years ago, after my freshman year.
There you
My
go.
sophomore year, I got into golfing that summer.
This was last summer,
Yeah, that's when I first started golfing. I've been good, though. I think I've been good.
I believe it.
I've been out the game a little bit, though.
Can you drive the ball? Is your swing powerful?
Yeah. I mean, last time I was golfing, I actually got to control the ball. I didn't know how to control it at first. You know, I hit it and you go to the right or go to the left. Now I know how to control it a little bit.
Zane the golfer, man. Catch him on tour after
Yeah.
this football
Oh,
career.
no. Oh, yeah, I will be in the PGA, No, I will be joining the PGA after I'm done.
Tiger Durant.
Yes, sir. I'm with all the golfing.
Yeah, I like that. Well, that's a good one to end on. Zane, appreciate your time, brother.
Appreciate y'all.
Good luck to you the rest of
brother.
the season. And to the viewers back home, make sure to stay tuned to State Media for weekly episodes from the Lions Den with Penn State football's brightest stars. And before we close, D'Von, Thanksgiving is this week. Everybody knows that this is a time of giving. This is a time where we come together and take care of one another. And D'Von has organized his day of giving. And there is no better time to donate than right now. I'm doing it. My family's doing it. If you're in a position to give back, this is a very meaningful cause that one of Penn State's own is leading the charge on.
Yes, sir. I would just really appreciate it. As Hawk said, the time of giving is now. You know, there's a lot of families out there who aren't as fortunate as others, and it's just important that everybody feels loved and thought about during this holiday season. So I would really appreciate it. We would really appreciate it if you were to just give anything at all. It's greatly appreciated.
With that, stay tuned. We'll be back next week with another elite episode for you. And until then, let's go 1-0. And if you aren't subscribed to State Media, make sure you do that now.